searching the dark side of the mountain. Through my bones and hair and blood, words rise and cold snatched from my mouth to sink them into the cold black mud.
Welcome, family. I'm Scott. My pronouns are he, him, and this is ZealZaddy. This episode is titled A Long-Tailed Cat in a Room Full of Rocking Chairs. We make a D&D product and just started creating our own Cypher System product. We released our first product about a couple weeks ago, and we hired a professional novelist to do a short story and then statted out all the characters, and now that's our first piece. The story is pretty amazing. I think it's called The Porter. The music in this stream is by OBP Musical. It was composed by Tori Doctor, and it was sung by Melody McClellan. I am incredibly appreciative of the work they put in. They did an amazing job, and I think that the quality of that is really up to the production qualities of the stream and kind of set a good mood. Old Gods of Appalachia was created by Monte Cook Games, and there are 2 more groups lined up for short campaigns right after this one, starting tomorrow night, which I'm kind of freaking out about doing 2 in a row. That's going to be tough. I'm a little worried about bleed over of ideas going from one to the other. And then later, or early in 2024, I'm also going to do Invisible Sun, which is another Monte Cook product. Old Gods of Appalachia is a campaign that may contain material not suitable for all audiences. Listener discretion is advised. I would suggest you may want to pay heed. This warning is not to be taken lightly this evening. Old housemakers used to say, when someone beats a rug, the blows aren't against the rug, but against the dust. But if you're the dust, it's still a beating just the same. As our family joins a swanky gathering at the Loves Mansion, crashed it is more appropriate, I think, than joined. There are already tensions that would make a stalking painter leap. Why don't we join them and get this thing started? All right, we're going to go around, let everybody say who they are and where they can be found. Let's start with Celina.
Hi, I'm Celina. I use she, they pronouns, and you can find me at ABCD-Pfarr and ABCD-Pfarr11. Currently nowhere else right now, but I'm so happy to be here, and I am playing William Matheson, the cursed explorer who cannot escape the darkness.
All right, Volney.
Hello everyone, my name is Jellyfishlines, and I am playing Volney Hale Rogers, an uncanny speaker who possesses the gift. Mighty fine to see you, family.
All right, Juicy.
I am Juicy Garland, a Boston area drag queen and super nerd who is in boy mode tonight because life is crazy. And I am playing Evangeline Antonia Blank, and who is an uppity explorer who would rather be reading.
All right, Jericho.
I'm Jericho, but I'm also Rahrah, playing Jericho. I'm Rahrah, mostly at Blue Sky, sometimes on Twitter if I have to be. I'm playing in like 5 winter one-shots. If you want to check those out, they're posted there.
All right. And
Jericho's the coolest, though.
Go send Rahrah some love.
And Annie-Lynn McSweeney.
Hi, y'all. I'm Annie-Lynn McSweeney. I'm an honorable game warden that wanders these woods, and I am Lady Adey Paints. Real name is Adey. You can find me on most social media, and if you are watching Encounter Party that just premiered, you can catch some of the encounter minis that I painted. I'll be shouting out exactly what those are when the show keeps rolling along. But keep your eyes peeled. You might see something I painted.
Congratulations on that, by the way. I think that's amazing.
Thank you, thank you.
When we last left off, we only heard a few words from some old lady in a wheelbarrow, like wheelchair thing. I think she said, "I'm so sorry." And then we broke. And there you are, Annie, in front of, facing someone whose features look not only familiar, but feel in their eyes like they're more than just someone who looks similar. Old, hands weak and hanging off the edge, worn in a way that says age has been, or life has not been easy, hard lines, but enough in the eye to tell you that there is some understanding.
You go by the name Alma McSweeney?
She looks around at everyone around her. Not anymore. The room takes a hush and people watch.
Who are you now?
I ain't yours no more.
You know, Dad's dead. Victor's dead.
Well,
Just thought you should know. If there's any bit of Alma left.
I think he probably then did a good job, but, and you see the tall boys kind of come in closer. Mama, this girl bothering you? She don't say nothing. She just keeps looking at you. I don't deserve this warmth from you, you know. You ought not be here. It is not a safe place for you to be, especially after if your pa is dead. There ain't nothing protecting you now.
Can I ask you a question?
She doesn't say anything, but she doesn't stop it.
Why you got all these kids here?
These kids are they're my boys now that I take care of.
No, not the big ones. Small ones running around. I'm talking younger than maybe 13 summers.
Those ain't my kids.
All right. Why are they here?
They're the kids of those folks. And then she points to the wealthy people sitting around the rummy table and the old, and Patrick, the old man who does the tiling, he's there, although he don't have no kids. It don't look like. Looks like maybe they have kids, and they have family here too that is not just right here at the table. There's a couple of them have housewives or house husbands that are out there in the back.
I just don't understand why anybody would bring their kids and their husbands and their wives to a business meeting. That don't seem normal to me.
You would not understand the business that is going on here, little one. It ain't business for us to know about. This is not I said this is not a safe place, and you should try and get out of here if you can get out. And
right.
Some of the tall men step a little closer, and almost immediately you hear the crash of glass, and little Brandy Crandall steps between you and one of those men that you now realize has a knife in his hand, and she pokes it out between you, and she goes, "Ain't no infernal boys touching my friend without going through me." And she stands up, 3'7" of her broken glass to a wine glass standing out in front. And the boys look over at the table where all the adults were at, and you hear someone start to chuckle. And then the boys start to laugh. That's pretty funny. And she goes, we ought to get out of here. Why don't we go where the other kids are? It ain't safe around all these boys here, Annie. I don't want you to get hurt. You got to teach me how to be a ranger. This place needs more rangers.
Yeah. Yeah, it does.
And she has not brought down her broken glass weapon. And with her other hand, she reaches back and takes your hand.
I take her and I take her other hand that's holding the glass, and I like slowly kind of steady it down. And I turn her around and I say, you gotta go tell your ma, your pa, whoever you came with, and you gotta tell them that the meeting is over. And then anybody who don't got no business here needs to leave right now. You understand me?
And she looks over your shoulder and across the great room that you're in. It is a very big room. There's another room back, and you see the two that brought her, Amber and I forgot his name. Amber and Steven. He goes, Ma, we got to get the fuck out of here. And everyone looks at her and they start chuckling. Annie, you got to get out of here too. Get out.
No, me and my friends got some unfinished business here. We're going to stay. But I need you and your friends to get out of here as soon as possible.
And Amber and Steven come over. They look more offended at the word she used than at the circumstance. And they take her by the hand. You will deserve the whooping. You're going to get on the way out of here. You do not use foul language like that. The Lord should not have put that word in your mouth. I am sure that the devil did it. Perhaps this woman is siding with them. Come on, get out of here. And they head out to the door. And everyone is just sort of standing there. TJ Booker just puts down a barrel.
Oh, well, why don't we break some of this tension and start having some booze? And I'd like to persuade people to chill the hell out and start pouring drinks. And I'm going to go around and start filling glasses with the bottle of liquor I've got in my hand.
And Sella is the first one to put a glass out. Glad to join in.
Excellent. Here you go, Sella. Wonderful. Who's next?
She walks with you as you go pouring the glasses. Come on. You need to put that glass out. We are here with friends. We're going to be breaking bread and drinking booze and whatever else is going to happen here tonight. You fellas ought to get your mama out of here because this is not for old ladies and feral folk.
No, she stays. She's staying. I got some unfinished business with her. Got some questions to ask. Need answering.
I think this whole time Jericho's just been holding his crate of liquor, watching Annie do all this. Staring at her mom, I would like to use my skill Mind Read.
Okay.
And I am now trained in understanding motivation.
Oh.
So I would like to figure out if she's a prisoner or a leader. Like, that is my big question about her.
All right. So I'm going to give you a roll. You're rolling against a 5, so you need above a 15.
Good deal. I'll use an edge.
You need above a 12.
I'll use an effort and lose those points.
You need to roll above a 9.
Deal. That's a 5. I'd like to burn an experience to roll it again.
You may do so.
Worth it now.
That is a 17.
Yeah.
So you get the feeling that she is neither a prisoner. What were the two that you said? A prisoner or a
leader.
Or
like,
a leader.
Is she leading these boys, or is she a welcoming committee?
It seems like she is respected as a ma, but she is there of her own free will. The question in your mind is, has it always been that way? Time can do that to you.
Right. And then Jericho's just gonna watch Annie for any action. Like he won't instigate anything. Just gonna watch and see.
Right. I'll take one of those glasses, Miss Evangeline.
What
I
was
love to
that?
have a
I'm
drink.
sorry. I was pouring over here.
I would love to have one of those drinks, actually.
Annie, make me a
Oh.
perception check.
Yeah.
Here, I'll put you right up.
Ooh, that's a 6. I'm gonna burn an XP. Well, it's an 8. So. Ugh.
I would like to burn an XP.
To give me an XP.
Yeah, if I can do that.
All right.
I came in with a full wallet.
Oh. Well, it was all for naught because it was a natural 1.
Oh,
Oh,
yes.
Lord.
At this point, it's destiny.
I am going to take advantage of this opportunity to have a GM intrusion because a 1 means it's beneficial to me.
Okay.
And you see Sella, who has been kind of following along Evangeline, making sure people put their glasses out. She kind of falls a moment behind Evangeline, and she does one of these. And it is a bit naughty and a bit, I'll just leave it at naughty.
Okay.
Certainly not nice.
Evangeline, can I talk to you a moment? In the hall, perhaps?
Yes, Sarah. One moment, if you don't mind.
Yeah, finish pouring, of course. And she grabs a glass and she puts it out. Don't forget the old lady would probably like a little of it. What is this you're pouring?
Oh, a bit of whiskey.
Oh,
That's
okay.
what was handed to me, and I thought that would be lovely.
Sure, she'll love that. You
I
may wanna
prefer
make
gin
it
mostly, but that's what's available down here.
old ladies in Appalachia, you may as well make it a double or triple because they can handle their liquor.
Oh, well, sure. Here you go. Yeah.
And Sella walks, she walks past you, Annie, and she kind of looks at you as you go, and she goes, "Here you go," and she hands the glass to your ma, to the lady that was your ma potentially, and she takes it, and she drinks a little bit of it. "Thank you, Mighty. I could use a little something to warm me up."
Here, stay warm.
And when you're done, she says, "Come, I need to talk to you for a moment, if you don't mind."
Of course.
And as she's going, she kind of looks over her shoulder at the rest of the group. And she kind of has a smile on her face, a bit of one. And you get in the hallway and it kind of turns and there are a couple of doors here. She opens a door and you see it's a closet, like a coat closet, kind of a big one though. And she pushes you in there and she closes the door and she comes face to face and you feel her trying to get where she can kiss you.
Just to be clear, Sella puts me in the closet.
Yes.
Okay, just checking. I haven't been there in a long time. It feels weird. Sella. Forward.
Well, yeah, I know that both you and I have a little bit of sexual darkness, I would say, in us. We are appreciative of the vices of the world, are we not?
Yes. However, I don't generally appreciate when people put things in my drinks.
Oh, that? There go the wolves out there again. That was to save you from going to town and being hurt. I was protecting you.
Is there a skill I could use to read her and know if that's the truth?
there is, although I don't remember it off the top. It's not persuasion. It is. Give me a moment. I think I'm gonna have.
Would
Annie
deceiving work
is
to read
trained
her?
in one of them.
Huh?
I'm trained in being able to detect if somebody's lying, like
Yeah,
deception.
that's the one.
Seeing through deception.
Seeing through
Yeah.
deception.
Damn.
Thank you.
So being a deceiver would not let me read her. So I would be untrained.
You are untrained is correct, although I think your background kind of gives you some ability. I will give you an intelligence roll, but it is hindered by 2.
I have a really high intellect and a very large pool. I would spend some of that pool to know.
All right.
If I wanted, say, so I have a pool of 25 and I've never spent it. And I have an edge of +2.
Okay.
So if I wanted to spend, say, 4 of my pool, that would give me a +2?
Yes.
Okay. Then I'm going to spend 4 of that pool. I want to know if she's lying to me.
All right.
Haha. I rolled a 17 with an edge of 2 +2. So that is a 19 with an edge of 2.
You believe she is telling you the truth, that she did that to keep you from going to the romp.
Really?
And when you think back, she seemed to be attracted to you right from the start anyway. So perhaps it was true. You know, I love to, I'm going to use the vulgar term that little kid used, I guess. I love to fuck when chaos is around. What about you?
You know, I like that a lot. And Evangeline is gonna reach up her leg and pull up her skirt. And she's gonna grab her gun and she's gonna shoot Sella in the chest.
Okay. So from in the all right, so you pull your gun, you are in as close of range as you could be in. You have someone at a disadvantage, not understanding exactly what's happening. I'm going to ease that roll. Can you make me an attack roll, please?
I would happily make an attack roll. And I am practiced in light and medium weapons. And that's an 11.
All right, so you pull it out. You shoot her. From the other room, you hear this bang that Rahrah and Annie, you all have heard that sound before. And the closet door kind of falls open. And there is a hole in the door.
And there is a scream. Evangeline is screaming in terror. Shrieking. She cannot believe what is happening.
The boys start heading over there quickly. The ones around Mrs. McSweeney.
I pull out both of my pistols and try and shoot them back in the back
Okay.
when they walk past me.
I'm going to spend an intellect point to pull Annie's old knife out of that guy's sheath from across the room into my hand.
All right. So let's do the pistols going off first, because those are almost instant as far as Annie having a gun. It is instant.
Okay. So do we want me to roll for
Each one.
Each one. Okay,
Yeah.
so the first one is a 18.
Very nice.
That's that you get to add a thing, I think, on an 18.
Yeah.
you get
Wait. Wait. Yes, I have. Okay, so I can actually use this now. Hold on. So it's successive attack. With 2 speed points. If I take down a foe, I can immediately make another attack on the same turn against a new foe within my reach. which is I guess I'm kind of doing
with your
already.
pistol, that's what you're doing. Yeah, you
Yeah, okay.
you would have been heavily hindered doing the second one.
Yeah,
Does-
I was gonna say.
Does an
so
18 let you add a small effect?
I don't. I would have to spend points to add effects, but
It gives you 2 points of extra points of damage.
That's what it was.
yeah, that's what it is.
19
It's the
and
extra.
20 give you the free effects.
Yes. And then hold on. So that was a 20 or an 18, and then I'm gonna do a 13 for the second.
What?
gun.
What was the second?
13.
13. Both of those hit. And your pistols do.
So my pistols. Oh no. Let me see. I don't know if. Oh yeah, here they are. I'm currently on the. What's it called?
I believe
The
they
player
do 4.
handbook right now. I think it's. Is it considered a light weapon? I think.
They're considered heavy pistols, but they are still a light
Okay.
weapon.
So yeah. So if they're heavy, it's 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Plus
Plus 2.
1. So yeah. Plus 2. Yeah.
18
So
plus
it's
2.
So that's 8 points of damage each, I guess.
And both of those boys fall forward, crashing into the table where all these gentlemen and gentlewomen are were a moment ago enjoying their cocktails that were just poured by Evangeline. And Jericho, you were doing something else.
Yeah, I picture Annie like getting down to do her shot, and I'm over her shoulder, and I just want to reach across the room and pull that knife that she had in her vision that we all saw out of that one guy's sheath. I just want it. It's not for him. So it's 2 intellect points, so I'll use an edge for 1 and then just burn 1 to draw. If it's clasped, I think there's like a strength check.
There's also surprise though. So I'm gonna give it. So if you're using 2, it would have been a 2 already. So I'm gonna make it automatic, where
Deal.
you just are able to pull it out and have it.
All right, I'll just pull it to my hand and pull out my hatchet like over Annie's shoulder, like we're going.
Can I get an initiative roll from the rest of you, from everyone now?
Woo!
I'm gonna assume I'm hearing shots going off
You
at
are
this
hearing
point.
shots, yes.
From the kid room.
Yeah, I feel like I'll say where Will's at once we actually get to him. What are we rolling against?
Natural 20 for
Just
initiative.
Ah, that's
Well,
nice.
we
I
are-
got it. So I got an 8. I got an 8.
5.
I'm trained and I got a 14.
5.
I am not trained, and I got a 17.
Volney's just licking his canines and wondering why is this happening.
So I'm going to take a moment to do a descriptive for someone in this room before we step into the fray of what is happening. So, Volney, as you're seeing this happen, there's blood that is flowing out of the bodies of these 2 boys in front of you. You heard the scream of someone in the closet. And it felt like everything happened in slow motion, and your eyes just sort of fixated on the blood coming out of the 2, not the boys themselves, the blood more than that. And when they did, and when they went down and you saw the stain of red pour out and create a pool around their backs as they fell forward, you felt a painful like a sting along your back. And the people who could see you where you are Jericho and William. And the 2 of them, you see those things poking out of his back. They spike up a good 1.5 feet out, and from them sprout these gray-black feathers. And he cocks his head back and forth, and you can see kind of a calmness that you did not expect to see from Volney in a situation like that. All right, we are now back into the fray of what's happening here. So we got a 20 on Rahrah, and I need to know their number too. All right, Rahrah, you get to go first.
I'm gonna stay in the Jericho Annie phalanx where she's got her guns out for distance and he's got his melee out if anyone gets close. But I'm gonna use my action to try to burn an experience again, to get a vision or guidance from the future, and I'm just gonna try to focus on when my next ally gets hurt, if I can put myself in front of it ahead of time.
All right, so when someone gets hurt, you have an opportunity to be in front of them and protect
Like
them.
run, if I can reach them. Yeah.
All right.
And
so,
that'll be it. And just otherwise, just staying near Annie with my blades out. Well, one's her blade, but I think she's going to let me use it.
Jericho and William, who has the higher speed?
I believe.
Or not Jericho, I mean, yeah, Jericho, not Juicy, I mean.
I have a 13 in speed.
Oh, my speed. What is my speed? Is 11.
All right, so William, you'll be going, you both rolled the same number, you will be going first. Now, your numbers are so close, you may coordinate your whatever you're doing if you would like. Although, I don't think you could right now because Evangeline's in the closet and has not come out yet.
Well, yeah, she's in the closet.
Out of this particular closet.
She's not in the speakeasy. She's in the closet.
So I think you just see like opening a door in the hallway, like the same hallway that Evangeline was like led off to. Is like where the kids have been like sequestered to hang out. And you just see like the door open as some kind of dark fog mist is kind of coming off of Will, and there's just these children hanging off of him, and he just kind of shakes them off as lightly as possible, but gets them off of him, and just runs back to the main room, axe in hand, ready to go.
The kids start screaming when they see this
And
misty goo like
yeah,
in the air.
and I say, "Get!" And I just like point towards the door to get out of the house.
And they start running to places to hide. They don't run out the doors.
Fair enough.
Because kids often do that. Instead of doing the right thing, they do the other thing.
Hey, as long as they don't see nothing, less trauma.
Except
at least.
Brandy.
She's already left, correct? Or she's still with her parents?
She went out the door with the parents.
Gotcha. Then yeah, I'm rushing back to Evangeline screaming, because that would have been the closest person.
All right, so you get over to the closet. It just takes you a moment. It's a short distance. You get to the closet, and when you get there, the door has rolled all the way open, and from inside the closet, you see Evangeline standing there with her little derringer, and smoke is rising out of the gun itself, and on the floor is Sela, face down, and a pool of blood kind of winding around in the seams of the hardwood.
But it seems like she's done. There's nothing.
She seems like there's a hole in her back. Or in her front. Sorry.
Okay. Good job. I don't, and just kind of like holds a hand out to high five, not really knowing what else to do, as like you just see like his like eyes have started to get black, and like there's smoke starting to come out of his like eyes.
So you're okay with your friends murdering people?
Right now he is. He's cracking at the seams a little bit.
So no high fives.
We'll do a high five if Evangeline.
Evangeline, what
Like
is
the
what is
hand's out
going
there.
through your head having just shot someone.
Oh,
point blank.
Evangeline shot her. And I was imagining her like pocketing the Derringer back in her garter, putting the skirt back down, and then starting to like scream and like freak out.
Ah. Okay. You had time to
Yeah.
do that. The gun won't have to be there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking is
Okay.
like the door would still be shot, and then she would start to like panic.
Okay.
And
So
then in the confusion of everything,
we will
that
retcon
she would
this.
just sort of play the like panicked woman and let everyone sort of sort the details out.
All right.
And in
William,
the confusion, her friends could then start, I don't know, murdering with wild abandon. Who knows?
all right. William, when you open the door, what was just described is what you see.
I think I can see through that deception pretty easily, and
And-
also just knowing her well enough.
When you open the door, though, the body does fall off the door and onto the floor
I think
in the hall.
I
the-
imagine
yeah.
with like a comedic like thump.
Yeah,
Yes.
just like the full, just like the full body just roll down, thump, and just like stage whisper. Good job, I guess. Was that? I'm assuming that was your intention, and it was kind of like
There was a shot! Oh my god, where did it come from? Who knows? Who
I don't know, where
who
did it
could
come
know
from?
what
And
happened here? Oh my god,
yeah.
the violence! Ah!
starts playing
Someone
into it,
help!
but will also reach his hand out to like start dragging you out to a different area of the house.
Oh, thank heavens, William! Do you know what happened? Did you see who did this?
No, must have been a armed assailant shooting through the door. What?
Heavens!
You okay?
I don't know. I was there talking with Stella. She was telling me her secrets, and then suddenly, bam!
Okay, let's get you out of here then.
Maybe
And
it was
just-
the wolves.
Annie, what are you doing during this
All right.
acting performance?
So during this commotion, okay. So I just downed the two dudes, right? The two henchmen.
Yes.
Do I hear? Is there anybody coming? I'm gonna look around. Do I see anybody trying to come through the door?
Oh, there are more of the feral boys here, and there are all these other people at this party outside of the children. You know, everyone is potentially a threat. T.J. Booker is you see him kind of inching his way to the door.
All right. TJ,
Hands go
forgive.
up.
I forgive you. You can go on and get. You're innocent in all this. Keep on making the town happy with your liquor.
He opens the door and starts heading out. When he heads out, Brandy comes in, and she has got the tire iron in her hand from the car. You hear her parents way back by the cars running towards the house. You got to get back here. It ain't safe in there. And
Brandy, get out of this house right now. Listen to your parents.
Volney, what are you doing?
He's still looking at his canines, but he's going to look at Brandy and ask her, "What do you know?"
To the little girl?
Yes, but he's also trying to feel for Vincent. How close?
I don't know what you're talking about, Volney. But they were threatening Annie, and I will not put up with that.
Go to your parents.
I ain't going out there. They can go to hell. You know how useless they are? They're the worst parents you could possibly get. I'm ready to whack something.
Young lady, young child. Don't lose a life that you have too much to live for.
And as you're speaking, the house shakes and the ground rumbles. And everyone feels it, almost like a little bit like a little earthquake, although you've only felt it a couple of times, but it felt like that. The house,
know
of
what
course,
I
is
have
on
to
the
do?
overlooks the town, which is nice. What?
Do I know where I have to go to do what I have to do?
No, you don't. You don't.
I'm going to try and find Vincent.
Where are you going to go to do that?
Follow my senses. But first, we have some boys to deal with.
And you hear like chanting or something from maybe in the kitchen, or maybe it's mumbling. It's hard to know the difference sometimes. That's actually closer to Evangeline than the rest of you, because the hallway was headed to the kitchen. Evangeline, you think that the mumbling you hear is actually the sounds from when you read those books of Gazzy's, that those are some of the words or terms from your journal book, or your book that you had found that had the old characters when she explained them to you.
Oh, Lord. Where's it coming from?
The kitchen.
Oh, damn. Well, I guess the jig is up. I better go over there. Okay, and then I will go in that direction.
All right.
I'll follow. I was already like,
You're
we were
right
already
there.
kind of going in together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
William, I'm so hysterical. Oh my gosh, I'd better go to the kitchen and get a glass of water. The alcohol's not doing enough. And then I'm just gonna keep rambling and go in that direction.
And around the table, the people that are there, they're all. You see Isabeau, Ms. Love. Sorry, where are the children? We got to get them out of here. And she starts heading. She runs, Annie-Lynn and Rahrah, she runs right past you, unconcerned at your guns and your weapons, almost as if those children mattered.
She's also the one who is pregnant, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Margaret, she has got sort of an expressionless face watching all this happening. Margaret Idle. And she's just sort of, she has that piercing look you get when you look at someone and they seem unperturbed by something that should be perturbing. Samuel, the old man, he rises up out of his chair, and you knew he was tall. He's like 96 years old, and he was bent. But when he unbends, you realize he is a mite bit over 7 foot. And he starts walking right towards you, Annie. And he says, "You need to give me those guns, or else we're going to get the police on you right now."
Ain't no reason to call the police if you tell me what the hell y'all are doing.
We're here to play rummy, and you are bringing guns and violence into our home.
I got a question for you.
Ms. Love's home.
Why is my mama here and don't remember who she is?
She ain't your mother no more.
She ain't?
No, didn't you
That's
hear?
why I'm here. That's why I'm here. I got some questions to answer right now. And if you take these guns away, I'll tell you what, there's 3 more where they came from, and those ones have a bigger bite than these 2. So you better sit your 7-foot-tall butt right on down right now, unless you want some lead right up your mouth.
I'm going to roll a die, something that I do not do in this game. He doesn't sit, but he backs off a mite bit. Young lady, we are going to have the police here at some point, and you will be going to prison for shooting those 2 boys in the back. And the boys start to get up from being shot. Oh, it may not be murder, but it will definitely be assault with a deadly weapon and potentially attempted murder. And your friend in the hallway and fooling me. I know a gunshot when I hear it, and that was not from outside.
Right. No, see the two boys that were in front, did they are they acting hurt? Or are they acting like nothing happened to them?
No, there's blood coming out the backs, and they're starting to kind of get up like, They just weren't killed, but they were definitely shot and took wounds. The question I have is, why are you all here? You were not invited. You come unannounced, and the ground shakes a moment longer. You bring your violence to our home where all we're doing is talking about business, and that is what people do when they gather. They play rummy and they talk about business.
Same kind of business that took my mom away?
I don't know the business that took your mom away. I just heard what I heard.
The same business that
Evangeline, you
involves
get
me.
into the what?
The same business that involves me.
And Margaret looks at you in kind of an odd way, Volney, for the first time. Instead of looking unperturbed, when she sees the back of you, she seems taken aback a bit, kind of oddly finding something unusual in the fact that you have great wings sprouting out your back. In the Evangeline, you are in the kitchen, and Petrak Wallach is in there. That is the tile maker, the old tile maker man. He has a staff with him, and he's kind of tapping the ground and mumbling, not mumbling. As you get closer, you know those are words he's saying.
What are you chanting?
And he puts his hand out. Would you like to join me, Evangeline?
What does it do?
You know these words. You have that book. Someone told me you got it.
Who told you?
The one you shot.
That's why she wanted a kiss. What does it do?
What don't it do? It gives you kind of your dream come true. How would you like to
Dreams
live a
come
long
at a
time?
price. We all know that.
Yeah, dreams come at a price. That is true. There is nothing that comes for free, except perhaps birth, and after that, everything costs something.
William? Do you have an axe?
Of course. It is just like kind of hooked blade backwards currently, as he's just kind of holding it and like was kind of guiding you around or following you.
In the kitchen, you see that there are, along some of the walls near where the windows are, you are overlooking the town itself, and there are above them antlers and heads of different animals killed at different times. There are taxidermied creatures, opossums, raccoons, foxes, what have you, kind of wrapping up the wall. And there's a trophy rack for odd sports like automobile racing. Apparently there's some gloves or something, and a little figurine, and well, I don't know if you know what bowling is, but there's a bowling pin in there and archery targets. And he reaches over and grabs the bowling pin. I would suggest you not come trying to knock me on the head with that axe of yours. I am not someone to be taken lightly. I may be old, but I ain't no fool. And like I said, you come to rob me, you will feel the price of that.
Hoodwink of
And he backs
Mojo. I
up a
think he's
moment.
full of something.
The fact that you think that we're trying to rob you is probably
You ain't
your
trying to
issue
rob me
here.
right now, but I don't trust you coming to me with violence. I hear the violence out there, and I am concerned about it on myself. And what is that black smoke coming off your body?
And I think this is the first time that he has actually realized that that is where it's coming from. And you just see kind of a mild look of confusion.
He starts chanting again.
I suggest you stop, or there will be violence had.
Haven't you heard the saying, sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt you? It's just words. What does it matter what words are? And he continues.
flip the axe, and I'll just like I'm gonna slam the axe on the actual book.
All right.
Not hitting him, but
Right.
breaking the book.
William,
The book is on the table.
the book.
Just
The moment you do that, he flies forward, that bowling pin in hand, and he brings it down hard on your head. Can you make me a defense roll against a 5? So you need above a 15 to not be hit.
okay. I'm going to burn 2 intellect points to foil danger. Which you negate one source of potential danger related to one creature or object that you are aware of within immediate distance for 1 round.
That would be.
This could be a weapon or
this.
device. Exactly, and you.
So you need to roll above a 9.
Okay. And I also have an edge in speed. That is an 18.
All right. You do it. The swing misses, but this person is much more lithe and quicker than you would have thought an old man like him would be. And when you do this, he swings around and he swings faster again. Can you make me another defense roll as he pulls this around speedy like?
Yeah. I believe that's still. Does that
Still still in effect.
It goes for a full round.
Yep, still in effect. Same
Okay.
round. He gets his 2
That-
attacks.
That's a 9.
All right. That pin comes down. You take 2 points of damage right on your forehead, right where that bruise was already at. And you feel a second one. You know that's going to hurt. You're going to get a lump there tomorrow if you're still around, I suppose. And and when he hits you, his face goes from like an angry scowl to an angry smile. I've been waiting to hit someone all night from your group. Evangeline, you are at a 17, and both of you are at 17. So what are you doing, Evangeline, when you see this violence erupt from this
Yes.
chanting man?
Would I have had time to reload my gun already?
You didn't do it, but you could do it now.
All right. Well, I guess I'll have to. So I'll reload my gun. Reload my gun now. I guess I'll just pull out the gun,
Okay.
open, empty the bullets, pull some bullets out of my bra, put it back, and then that's it.
Out in the other room, while Evangeline is reloading and William is getting bonked on the head with a bowling pin, the tall man there is staring down at all the other people that are there are doing the things they're doing, standing around or whatever. And Jericho, you see that the other 2 feral boys, they are coming towards you, but not attacking. They are just, from what you can tell, probably from your army days, they are trying to get position and make sure they're not an easy one to target. They're not.
I think
fools
with a
and
hand
sinners.
on Annie's back, I'd be like, Annie, are we going to your mom, or are we going to go find the others? While she's just like pointing down the room.
Ooh. Others know where we are. Let's get some answers. Maybe we can stop this from happening.
And I'd kind of scoot with her hand on the back towards whatever direction she'd want to go, while holding out the weapon still, and still kind of doing my whole wait for someone to get hit so I can help them.
Brandy slides in the middle with her tire iron sticking out from one side. I
I'm
got you. I
going
see
to-
what you're doing. It's pretty good, pretty smart thinking there, Jericho.
Tripper. Just kidding.
Tripper. So where are you going?
I'm going to stand behind the old woman that used to be my mother, and I'm gonna stand behind her with Jericho with both of my pistols drawn.
Well, Jericho cannot get behind her. There's not enough room. She's up near the wall. You'd have to stand
All
on
right.
the side.
That's
Same
fine.
with
I'll
Brandy.
stand to. I guess we'll stand to either side of her, and I'm gonna say nobody has to die today. I just need some answers to some questions that have been biting on my mind.
And who you saying that to?
I'm just saying it to the room.
And Margaret says, I got some answers if you need answers. The rest of the people, if you let them go, I'll give you some answers. These are friends of mine. I do not want injury to come upon them.
Right. Can I whisper to Jericho, do you have anything that can, I don't know, maybe detect if any of these people are magical or just regular people? I don't know.
I mean, I could look and guess, but that's about as best as I could do. While she whispers, I'm going to slip a letter into her pocket without her seeing, if I can.
Give me a speed check.
That's an 11.
And considering the situation, I would give you an easing of 1 on that. So
An 11, and it's just in case.
yeah, you get it in. It slips in, no problem.
I can just pick your mom up, Annie. I mean, we could get everyone, get a car, and get out of here. Having no idea what's going on in the other room.
And while you're standing there, the ground shakes. This time it rumbles. Not just shakes, but it rumbles a little harder. And things start swaying on the ceiling. The chandeliers are kind of moving, and a few things fall off some shelves. And Margaret just sort of smiles. I got answers, but it sounds like there ain't a whole lot of time. I mean, this house, we could be talking all night. It's kind of shaky out there, don't you think?
I just got one question for you. Is this thing that's rumbling same thing that killed that photographer?
It is.
You know what I'm talking about.
It is.
It is?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, right. Same thing that almost killed my daddy, or did kill my daddy, because he suffered from them wounds.
Well, you don't die to Shum Grathip. You ascend.
Son of what? What did he say?
Volney, when you hear that word, you catch a recognition that is unusual, and you all see Volney's wing spikes kind of rise out further, 2-3 feet, and black feathers kind of fall out to the sides, and his eyes kind of go black.
Holy shit. Jerry,
I would
you
like-
seeing this?
What is
I would
going
like to
on
do
here,
an
Margaret?
understanding motivation on Volney. Now that I'm trained in it.
He seems to be motivated to get answers about something. That seemed to be what was happening earlier.
I told all of you, Annie. I told all of you about him.
And Margaret
Yeah, I
and
mean,
the old man kind of back away, and they kind of back away towards you all. What is going on with? And they actually, for the first time, look a little nervous. Like,
Oh, that's the Angel of Death. He's here for you.
Yeah, he's on our side. I hope.
I hope too, Annie.
That's the part you don't say out loud.
Oh,
I
man.
ain't staying
Hope none of you
here.
brought your children.
And Margaret takes off towards the hallway.
Oh, hell no. I'm just going to shoot. I'm going to do it. I'm going to shoot her. I don't, like,
Shoot.
yeah.
Shoot.
Hold on.
Oh,
Oh,
Who you saying that to?
I'm saying that to Annie. I think I can get her to hold still.
I think she
all
shot.
right. I didn't pull the, I didn't roll yet, so I can
Okay.
just,
I'll let you pull it back.
yeah, so All right.
She runs past you, Volney, and heads down to the hall. Tries to
Bewitch.
the hall. All right. Do it.
Say, that name you just said, that's oddly familiar. That's a name I didn't recognize till now. But I remember it.
And she looks at you for a moment. She kind of backs away. That's the god. That's the god of the dark. And she keeps backing away, looking at you like kind of, maybe for the first time, fear is in her eyes. I do not know what is happening to you, but it is a little disconcerting. And she jumps to the door in the.
Where's Vincent? I know he's here.
The door opens and you hear the sound of her going down a stairway. So there must be another door in the hallway. Evangeline, as you're loading your gun, you hear someone from behind you open a door and head down a stair.
What?
While the door swings, can we catch each other real fast? So we like, oh, that's
Yeah.
where they are. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And
Who's there?
No one's there. The door closed in the hallway, not the one that was the closet, but the one across from it. But when you look back, you see Jericho back there. Back in the kitchen, William, what are you doing with this guy is pulling back his bowling pin and he screams out, "There will be blood." And that pin is pulled back and ready.
Pulling my axe out of the wood table, and the shadows have fully are just coming up around him into, you might say, wings, but they're not quite there yet, as he grips his axe two-handed and just wails at this guy.
All right. When you swing, by the way, Evangeline, you see that as he's swinging, this guy is smart enough to try and keep William between you and him.
That's cute.
So make your roll.
Mm-hmm.
You're rolling against a 5, so you need above a 15.
Okay. Trying to see if there's anything else I could do here. No, I don't think so, but I've got 2 edge and might, so I'm going to use those. So that'll take me down to a 3, so I just need a 9 or higher.
Correct.
And that's a 9.
All right. Well, actually, you need above a 9, not a 9 or higher.
Oh, then, yeah, fuck it, I'll burn an XP.
Okay. Do it.
And we're rolling a different D20.
Roll the good one this time.
I was gonna say, 2 of them have rolled 9s recently. We're not doing that. Sub 10, we're going to do dice. And that's a fucking natural 1.
All right, so when you swing at this man, he is lightning quick, and when he does, he throws some kind of dust in your eyes that blinds you, at least temporarily, and you do not know where that came from. It was like it came out of his shirt sleeve or something. And he laughs like this crazed, sort of dangerous laugh. "You're next, Evangeline." And he brings down the pin. Can you roll me a defense roll? You are now hindered by 2 as you are blind.
Fair enough.
So he needs he needs a 21 to hit you unless you're doing something that would ease that.
I guess, but then that would also hinder me. It wouldn't have made sense to. No, I don't have anything else I can do right now.
All right, he automatically hits, and you take
Yeah.
the hit to the head again. Blood comes out of your forehead as
Motherfucker!
you get hit. Evangeline, you see this guy. He fights like he dances. It is quick, and it is ballerina like almost for a fighter. And when he comes down, he hits hard, and he is bashing William's skull with a bowling pin in the kitchen. Your gun is now loaded.
Excellent. Then I would like to shoot.
All right.
I'm good at that.
You're rolling against a 5, so you need above a 15.
Mm-hmm. I rolled, damn, a 6.
And you shoot, and it misses. I ain't done here, but when I am, and he has like that half smile, like,
Ugh, got a slant, Palooka. You're gonna kick off.
all
If
right.
I have anything to say about it.
Back in the other room, Jericho, you see William just get bashed in the head with a bowling pin twice in a row. Blood flies out of his forehead. He swung his axe, and this guy moved like the devil and did not get hit either time by his axe swing. At the same time, in the room you're in, you had seen that person go down the hallway, and the ground starts to rumble, and this man starts to chant again right in front of you, Evangeline. And you, for the first time, hear him chanting, but it is words. It is not just mumbly sounds. You have... Evangeline, you're starting to recognize some of these words. It is not right, because you would not know these words, and you were hearing something like, I call upon thee, Shumgrithlup, something like that, but it doesn't seem to be in the languages you know.
Where do I know it?
You remember hearing Grazzy speak with you about them and make sounds out of them, but it seems like as he's chanting, they are becoming clearer to you. Volney, what are you doing back in the other room when that girl ducks down? You also see your friend William get bashed in the head. And from down in the basement, you hear, I'm down here. Volney, I'm down here. I hear you're come to save me. And you know that voice.
I don't trust like that. And I'm going to shake the bones on the man in the kitchen.
Okay. Shake the bones. Do your attack.
All right. 13. That is just me saying things, not trying to physically hit him, so I'm not sure how that works.
So what are you trying to do with it? You're trying to shake him and make him...
Harm him.
Okay.
Make him stop saying whatever words he's saying.
Yeah. So when you do it, you feel that your magic found him, and he shaked and rattled a bit, but his words did not stop. He said, I felt that, boy. I felt that. You're trying to tickle me from the inside. Jericho, we are going to go back to our initiative at this point. We are at a 20 again, so you are at the top of the initiative.
Annie, do you trust me?
Yeah, I trust you.
While she's like gunning the room, I'm gonna, as gently as I can, put like a dagger across her calf, enough to just get some blood on a blade. I'm sorry. And I'm gonna go to her mom.
Okay.
And I'm gonna nick her finger and shove her hand in a barber's jar.
Oh.
Okay.
with Annie's blood and her mom's blood both on the knife.
And the
Barbara, I know
hand,
you wanted to be a mom.
the hand immediately grabs onto the fleshy hand of Annie's mother, and you see tendrils kind of reach out and pull itself almost into place. We'll come back to that in a moment. 20. We are at 17. Juicy and or Evangeline and William, you are both up. William, you are first because you are a little faster.
You're gonna fucking stop talking right now, and I'm gonna swing again, and then I'm double checking something. Oh, it's an action to initiate. Shit. Yeah, actually, instead of actually going to attack him, the darkness that was forming behind his back just fully engulfs the room, burning 2 intellect points to do ribbons of darkness.
All right. You want to explain the effect so that everyone in chat knows
Yeah.
what's happening?
Just doing the math really quick. There we go. My pools are really low, y'all. Just saying. Ribbons of darkness. For the next minute, darkness condenses within an area within long range that is no bigger than an immediate distance in diameter, manifesting in swirling ribbons. All tasks attempted by creatures in the area are hindered, and leaving the area requires the creature's entire action to move. You can dismiss the darkness early as an action, and that is the gist. So,
Tricky, little William. I'm still going to find you. You were right in front of me. I hope you're still there. We're just going to take like a couple steps back as well. This magical darkness sort of surrounds the room and fills it with ribbons of shadow. And you know it came from William. And you are standing near the edge of the room by the hallway. And you kind of know where the hallway is, you think. But you also know where William is, you think. What are you doing in your blind state?
Yes, I would like to use one of my abilities and spend some of my intellect pool to know the unknown. And I would like to know an incantation from the book that would cancel out his, so I can perform it.
I will give you a roll against that. That would be a very difficult roll. He is a 5, so you need to roll, and you are hindered. I think you would need to roll against a 6, so you need to roll above an 18.
Okay.
So 19 or 20.
This is an intellect roll. I have 2 edge.
Okay.
I will spend 4 in my pool for this to get +2.
All right.
Okay.
So above a 12, you need a 13 or higher.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, you got this.
Got this.
Rolled an 11.
You're kind of getting an idea.
I'll burn an experience point.
I'll give her 1.
Volney can take that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't have much to give right now. Sorry.
Were you going to do that one, Volney, to let him re-roll? Okay, yeah.
Oh. No, it's a 3.
Better than a 1.
Better than 1.
I don't do the magic. I know things and I drink and that's it.
And you hear in that room the chanting of Evangeline, which none of you have ever heard her chanting. That's a new thing for sure. In some weird language that you don't know.
I've never heard black magic with a Boston accent.
Nashe ya Ralie Cthulhu.
Kind of sounds like a cat in heat, honestly.
It is nice, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Annie, it is you.
All right. So am I sensing? Is anybody like coming to? Where did Margaret run off to? Is she in the basement now?
Yeah, she ran to the basement.
Okay.
Scared.
There's still some
All
boys
right.
up top too, though.
There's
Yeah.
what?
No, I'm wondering. Should I stay? I'm gonna just stay and try and protect this ritual that Jericho's got going on. Is there anybody coming at us like immediately trying to stop it? That's like running, like, or not running, but like looks like they're coming to attack us.
Potentially the feral boys might be. They seem to be realigning and getting adjusted so they're in a better position to attack. The tall man is still close enough, and I mean he's slow, but he is big and he looks like he could be pretty strong.
Is there like a table close to me, like
The rummy table's right there in front of you.
Okay, I'm gonna tell Jer, can you get down right now? I'm about to do something. And I don't know if I have to roll for this, but I'm gonna take the table and like prop it in front of me, my mother, I guess, and Jericho. And I'm gonna put the pistols away, and I'm gonna swing my shotgun that's been attached to my bag, and I'm just gonna place it on the table, and I'm gonna be like, well, we're fortified now, so you come any closer and I can shoot you right between the eyes. I can do that right well.
Jericho, when she rolls that table over, the tall man takes a step towards you and he reaches for you to try and grab you. Can you make me a defense roll against a 4?
I can, and I have no edges or anything like that. 14.
All right, so he goes to grab you. He misses, kind of clumsily reaches to grab you. You ain't gonna stay here long. I'm gonna throw you out that window. And when he does it, the 4 boys also come charging over and try and jump over the table. 2 of them over the table, 2 from the side. So there would be 2 on you, Annie, 2 on you, Jericho. Can you make me defense rolls against the 2 of them unless you're doing something else against them?
I mean, can I shoot one of them?
You may shoot. You are already set in position.
Okay.
I'll
that
burn.
case,
Oh, sorry, you first, Annie.
okay. In that case, I'm gonna do I'm gonna do a successive attack. And that's gonna make me be able to shoot twice, basically, with my shotgun. So let me see here. So this is gonna be the first roll for the it's an 11. So
that is
I don't know.
That is a miss by 1.
Okay. And then I'm gonna do my second one, which is a 14.
Actually, it's not a miss because a shotgun. You're shooting with a shotgun, correct?
Yeah, it's a shotgun.
It sprays
now.
an area, so it would still hit.
Yeah.
It would give you the benefits of easing someone in that close proximity. So that would be a hit, actually.
So is it half damage though for the first shot? Because
Yes.
it didn't really hit. Okay, so that would be. So it's 6 damage. So it'd be 3 damage, I guess, for the first shot, and then well, actually, I don't know. Do I have the ability to make an additional point of damage? So it would be half of 7, which I don't know.
That's 4.
What? Yeah, and then
4.
the second one is 7 points of damage.
And while she's flipped the table and is shooting her shot, I will spend 3 intellect points to once again have my thorny vines kind of grow out of any cracks in the ground and the floor just around our table. It makes their attacks against us hindered if they're in.
All right. So the 2 in front of you, Annie, they try and come over the table. One of them, you plumb put a hole right through the middle of them, and they fall with a big hole to them. The other one gets blown backwards again, away from off onto the other side of the table, and You just hear the moans of pain from that one. Jericho, how fast does that happen?
It's an action.
Okay. So
Yeah.
on your action, you were holding. They attacked. Can you make me a defense roll? Because they will get an attack before it goes off.
Yes, I would like to also apply a level of effort, which means it'll do damage to them if they're within it.
Can you also make me an attack roll for Brandy? She is at a 2. She is swinging her tire
Yeah.
iron.
Let's see how Brandy does. Brandy got an 8.
All right. So she misses, but she does swing it at them and misses, but shows some bravery for a little kid.
All right, I'm starting to think you're not an evil demon child. And then a natural 20 for my defense roll.
Oh, nice. So not only do you defend, you end up pushing them back down. Actually, you tell me what you want them to do, where you want them to go. You can both do extra. Well, you don't get to do extra damage, but you get an effect. Whatever.
Well, they're kind of in the vines in front of us, so I would like to grab one and pull it right in front of Annie's shotgun. Like she's just shooting, and then I just grab one and yank it, and it just comes into her line of fire on her next turn.
Okay.
Okay.
That would ease it or something like
Right.
that.
I'll give you an easing of +1 on your next shot.
And still bracing for taking any damage Annie takes.
Right.
Because
Oh.
that vision of the future still has not come. I didn't know I could see William earlier, but I don't think I could have gotten to him in time.
All right.
We're in 2 different little bases, guys.
I know.
It's okay, Jer. I'll be fine.
In the kitchen, you hear sort of a running across floors or something, and the room you're in, it goes from being a nice flat surface to angled, like slanchwise to the mountain, and you feel the house kind of go angled, and you're in the darkness, and you hear cabinets open up and things start falling, plates and dishes and deer antlers and whatnot. Tricky. And can I get a defense roll from both of you against all the stuff that's cluttering, falling down? From the other room, you see some darkness show up along the roof as it looks like the house just broke in half.